Greetings YouTube, thanks for joining me today. This is Phoenicorn from our Graphics Hub. Hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to continue the human body we started the last video, so be sure to check part 1 out. The link for that should appear in the right hand corner if you need a refresher. Feel free to join along or just sit back and enjoy the video, that's fine too. Oh, and if you enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video and share with your friends, as this really does help the channel. So with that out of the way, let's ensure we're comfy, take a nice, deep, relaxing breath, and let's begin. Let's set up the stickman from last week, but make sure he's been drawn as lightly as possible. Having him barely visible means he can act as our guide on this art journey. Using this guide, trace the head like so. Next, we draw 2 lines down for his neck and 2 lines across for the collarbone. Try to avoid straight lines, as curves will always look more natural. Make the curves slight though. Draw a part of a circle for each shoulder. This should be between 1/4 and 1/3. Then, add a diagonal line to connect to the neck. This will define some muscle in the neckline. Let's work on the chest next. We start off by moving down a head height to where the pectoral muscle finishes. Then, draw 2 curves, kind of like sleepy L's. Draw 2 light diagonal lines to the bottom of the hips. This too will act as a guide for the ribs and the stomach muscles. Let's add 3 more curves to finish off the rib cage. Then a straight line down from the bottom of our rib cage to around about 2/3 of the way down the hips. A slight diagonal line from the ribs to the hips, then just follow the hips inward. Legs and arms can be tricky to draw. They're long and have very few guides for reference, so much like in real life, we have to work with what we have. From the top of the hips to roughly around about the middle, draw a slight diagonal line. Then, with a very slight curve, follow the guide with your pencil to meet the side of the knees. Now let's draw the inside of the leg, a very tall and narrow S-like shape. Mark the bottom of the knees and connect. Another light curve for the outer leg, followed by a slightly more pronounced curve for the inner leg. For the feet, we draw circles, big circles for the big toes. Rather than draw every individual toe, let's draw a pill-like shape. Then, let's connect to the legs. Strangely enough, drawing the arms is very similar to drawing the legs. Slight curves on the outside followed by narrow S's for the inside. Another area which is daunting can be the hands. Let's start with a diamond and a small triangle for where the thumb will go. Curve inwards for the outside of the hand and connect with an S. This should give the impression of your hand with a finger and a thumb. And now it's time to tidy up the line art. To shade, I always like going in with a rough plan. It helps me keep focused and prevents muddy colours. For this part, I'm just going to use 3 shades. A mid-grey, this will be my base colour, a light grey for highlights, and a dark grey for the shadow areas. My main rule here is to only highlight the areas that I want to bring forward, like the head and the chest, and shade only the areas I want to push back, like the neck. I like to start with the dark grey, as this brings form to the body, and I mainly focus on the area just under the chin. Next is small dots of the light grey for the head, shoulders, pectoral muscles, knees and toes. I also add what's known as reflective lighting to some of the edges, as in real life, light bounces off surfaces. So there you have it, a very basic body. Like with most things in life, practice makes perfect, as this builds muscle memory. Can't wait to see how you've done. Why not tag me in your work on Instagram or Twitter with @ArtGraphicsHub. There's links to useful books in the description, and a recommended video will appear shortly at the end screen. Remember, even though life can be stressful, drawing doesn't need to be. Be sure to take plenty of breaks, drink to keep hydrated, and just generally look after and be kind to yourself. I've been Phoenicorn for Art Graphics Hub, and I hope to see you next time.